Alright, boys, welcome to the fourth quarter. It turns out I was right. It was indeed the fourth quarter. And now that I've kind of completed all my personal goals, and I can't really do, I mean, we don't have boomboxes, so I just can't do those. And we've unlocked as many of the additional traits as I can. Like, there's just no other characters with traits. I'm just gonna kind of go off and do my own thing now. And I don't really have a really major goal. So I'm just going to loot areas that are kind of like hotspots. And I guess this will be mainly a talking episode. Because I reflected on, you know, like what happened there with Catalina. And I already know it. It hit me in the last episode. I just forgot. There's going to be the legion of backseat drivers. Like, oh, Fox, you suck so much like demonetized terms that would get me demonetized. Like, the legion of backseat drivers are going to come out, so, like, I figured that we probably should talk about it. Because, first off, the death of Catalina, it doesn't matter. It's like, we are at the point of the game now where... Oh, I just used the melee. Fortunately, he interrupted me. It's okay. He interrupted me. Okay, I gotta say right now, someone's going to complain about it. Someone's going to say, oh my god, Fox, this was your idea. How dare you complain about the submissions? Well, I'm going to complain about it. This is the first submission that I just do not enjoy doing. Like, no melee combat. Fox is going to be completely honest with you. It is making the game really not fun. Like, I am doing my best to entertain you guys, but I'm going to be completely honest. Like, it is making the game, like, just... It's not hard. I wouldn't consider it hard. Well, it's just making it a complete pain, not being able to use melee combat. I would much rather have don't use guns, because melee combat is so much more essential than guns. But this, out of all the challenges I've done, like, you might think like driving backwards was a pain. Driving backwards was just kind of interesting. I wouldn't call driving backwards fun, but it was interesting. This is the first one that is just, it's not fun. It's making the game not fun. Like, I have to get it out there. Let's go ahead and use that to clean up my inventory. How are we looking in here? Do I need to refuel? That's part of the reason. So some people ask, like, why did I add the veto system in? A part of the reason is because I hate how it does that. You see how you kind of step forward? I didn't do it there. Some of you stepped forward. Part of the reason was to keep the show online, but another one is because, like, I do some people would suggest ideas that are just miserable ideas. Ideas that are like, oh my god. And, like, the quandary that I'm in as a YouTuber is, like, some people get mad. The moment I complain about anything, like, they want me to be 100% positive 100% of the time. Well, it's kind of hard to be positive when you're not, like, enjoying what you're doing. It's like, you can. I can, like, just suppress it. But it's like... Plague zombies in all directions. That's the reason I added the veto system in. Because I'm like, you know what? It'll be a lot easier to produce fun content that people want to watch as if I can also enjoy what I'm doing. And, like... That would be so funny if he was here in the infestation, but he's not. Okay, we need to... Bunch of screamers, not a big deal. And so, like, the main thing about not being able to shoot guns is that it doesn't make... It's like, it's hard to say, like, what makes the game harder. So much as it just makes the game really inconvenient. Because it's like... The solution is just to run away. The solution to everything is to just run away. One of the most OP things, like if I were to do another top 6 OP things, running away honestly would be one of the most OP things. Running away is so good in State of Decay, and so this ties back into like Catalina. Like, what should I have done? Just run away. But I also know that it makes people so mad when I run away. And so I decided, you know, like, maybe I'll just fight that one out because I know, like I said, it makes some viewers really upset when I run away. But that was the answer. The answer is just run away. And why is the answer to run away? Because the game stops simulating combat once you get far enough away. Like, think back to that enclave that was getting attacked by the Blood Plague Juggernaut. Once I get far enough away, it stops...
Let's haggle. Okay.
The Juggernaut just stops fighting. Computers. Do I want computers? I'm gonna buy a computers book. The reason for that is because, like, we just need to be able to get the thing to level 3. Okay. Oh, thank you, Mr. Rare Skill Trader. Okay, so that's that. All right, is there... I'm looking for ammo, and I'm looking for... Actually, I need to drop this stuff off, so let's head back to base. I don't think we've looted this area too much either, so let's head back to base and loot stuff in that area. Anyway, so if you drive far enough away from the enemies, the game... They don't fight. They don't fight. They just stop. I don't know what they do, because, you know, it's one of those things where... If a tree falls in the woods and no one hears it, does it make a sound? It's like one of those kinds of issues there. If enemies are fighting in State of Decay, but you're not there, but you're too far away, do they still fight? Well, the answer is no. Like, do they just stand around? I have no idea what they do. My theory is that they just kind of despawn or something, or they enter in kind of like a wait mode just because, like, the game is basically stressed to the point that if they continued simulating combat, the game would just crash. Like, they would have too many things to, like, think about, which is just, like I said, that's just a limiting factor of the game itself. But, like, you know, like, that could be considered exploity, but, like, that would have been the solution. The solution is just to run away. And in most cases, that's the that's the solution, and that's what I mean by, you know, like, does not shooting make the game, like, really hard? No, it just means you run away more. And running away, like I said, is just one of the most OP things in State of Decay 2, because it makes enemies despawn, it makes people stop fighting. It's just really OP to run away. And that's what it does. It just causes you to run away more. And the other issue is that, you know, because we can't use the trade depot, there's a lot of things we can't do in order to maintain our supply of ammunition. It's just like... It's just such a bad idea. It's such a bad idea to shoot your gun in State of Decay 2, which is, it's really interesting. And it's not that guns are bad and that shooting is bad. It's that you just need to shoot your gun periodically. You need to shoot your gun to kill a feral, kill a screamer. But other than that, you don't need to shoot your gun until you get into the situation where you've got, like, such an abundance of resources that it doesn't matter anymore. Where, like, once you get your trade depots set up and suddenly you can supply yourself with a ton of ammo, then you can shoot all you want. You know, you can use gunslinging, like, you know, once you have it optimized. But before that point comes, like, it's like shooting your gun is just such a bad idea. Because it's a waste of ammo, and it often generates more zombies than it... Basically, why don't you shoot your gun? Here's the reason why. The reason you shoot your gun is to remove zombies, so that you don't have to fight as many. Well, when you shoot your gun, you just generate more zombies. Like, you might kill one zombie, but then you get the attention of a whole bunch of them. How far over are we? A little over.
Taking back this great nation of ours will cost us dearly. But believe you me, Red Talon is in this for the long haul.
Red Talon turned chaos into order. They saved a lot.
Okay, so we should be positive on materials. So we're positive on materials now because we were gaining materials before, and now the staging area is further eliminating any material consumption. So we're good there. We're good on medicine. We could use a ammo, and we will be okay on food once we get that going. Let's see, how close are you to agriculture? Okay, so basically, once we activate the overseeding ability one more time, we'll have agriculture. When can I call in another group of people? In about 8.5 minutes. So we'll be able to call in one more group of people within this episode. I should probably repair as well. And that's always the that's the issue with a lot of the. I think when I think about a lot of the, so back when I did the 100 days survived in the Nightmare Zone, I started doing these kinds of challenges, and one of the things I quickly realized is that a lot of people they have, like, ideas for challenges that they sound like a good idea on paper. That's the way I'm going to describe it. Like, it's like, oh man, that's going to be, like, awesome to watch. But it doesn't work out that way in practice. A great example is there was a challenge where I needed to fight an enemy enclave with the Devlet SP-101 revolver. And that sounds like, oh, it's going to be this giant shootout. And I'm like, it's not going to be like that. I promise you it won't be like that. And the reason I was so sure it wouldn't be like that is because the moment I pull the trigger, even once, that weapon is so loud, what's going to happen is it's just going to get the attention of a bunch of zombies. And the zombies are just going to completely take over the battle. They're just going to swarm in because that weapon is just way too loud. And then suddenly, you won't be able to fight those hostile communities anymore because you're going to have zombies all over you. And then the hostile communities, they're going to be fighting the zombies. And, like, it's just one of those things. And it worked. It happened exactly like that. I chose the perfect enemy enclave, too. I chose one where they were in a house, and then there was just another house next door. So, like, the house provided plenty of cover. And that's exactly how it went. And it was just one of those things where, like, it sounded like it was a good idea, like, for this awesome, crazy shootout, but it's not. It just, the zombies come and ruin everything. I'm like, and I was like, oh, I knew that would happen. That's how it's gonna work.
All clear.
And I think that's the issue with the shooting challenge. Like, I imagine the thought, it's like, oh man, it's gonna be like super action-packed, and perhaps to an extent it is action-packed, but it's not going to be action-packed because there's going to be a lot of shooting. It's going to be action-packed because there's a lot of running away. Because, I mean, I think you could all agree, like, the quantity of zombies that think about the amount of enemies that I've had to either run over or have an ally kill. And think about this. I've got, like, what, like 60 22 caliber rounds? And I don't have an ammo press for 22 caliber bullets. So, like, I would just run out of ammo. And then, like, what would I do after I run out of ammo? I guess I'd go back to, using melee combat, because that was another request. There was another request to play an entire Nightmare Zone, a whole playthrough, where I have to use unsilenced guns, and I have to do it. And I kept telling people, like, I know what you want. What you want is a really action-packed battle, but I'm like, what's gonna happen is, I'm gonna run out of ammo. Because, like, Nightmare, the zombies are endless until I stop making noise. And the only way I can stop making noise is to stop shooting the gun. And once I run out of ammo, I'm not going to be able to shoot the gun anymore. So that's what I think that one is. But even still, I think it was still a better idea to do this than to go with the, what do you call it? The hostile humans. So what if we had done it the other way around? So let's suppose we vetoed Jason Mraz's challenge. And then we would have to fight the, am I stuck? Oh, I'm stuck, of course. Stuck. So let's say we went with the hostile... What? Did he just, I guess he got onto the car door, and then it counted me as bashing him off of it instantly. That was kind of silly. In that case, we basically would have spent 4 episodes of me trying to draw zombies over to kill the hostile community members, because there's no way I would try to kill hostile humans with, like, a gun like this. Or with, like, even with, like, the M4, or, like, that GSGW. I would not use any of those weapons. I would have to use the zombies on them, because it's just way too dangerous. It's, like, it's just dangerous to the point of suicidal. It's, like, it's just a terrible idea. And it's like, well, you know, like, what's going to get us closer to our objectives in the game? The answer is not fighting hostile humans, that's for sure. Fighting hostile humans is going to take us as far away from our objective as possible because we're not going to get anything good from them.
Found everything I'm gonna find.
Oh, we got a lot of ethanol from that, so this actually turned out really well.
Looks like the zombies must be busy eating somebody else.
Hey, I just delivered a load of cool stuff.
That's the name of a board game area, or a board game shop, is called Cool Stuff. But as for, like, let's go back to Catalina. So the reason why Catalina died is because the AI chose to, like, leave the base. And so when I switched her, I didn't have like a very good path to get back inside of the base. The goal is basically to use a plague cure, because once you use a plague cure, it just despawns the enemies. Why does it do that? I have no idea. Probably so it can like have that dramatic scene where you like stab the syringe into your neck, but it just despawns all the enemies. So once you get plague, well, it doesn't despawn all the enemies, but it's not surprising if like so like don't assume that all the enemies will despawn. But basically, it's worth doing because it will often despawn the enemies. But basically, since she got pushed outside, because remember, if you remember, she's right over here. Like, because the AI just thought it was a really good idea to, like, exit the base, which turns out it wasn't a good idea. The other reason, so you might say, well, why would you switch to her? Like, why not just not switch to her? Well, the answer one is because to cure her, because, like I said, it'll despawn the enemies. The other reason, though, is because on Nightmare Zone, you only have 10 minutes to live before the Blood Plague kills you. And if you get further infected with Blood Plague, it shaves time off of it. So once you have that 10-minute death timer, if she got hit by either of the Juggernauts again, which, you know, if she's already being plagued by the Juggernauts, it's not unreasonable to say that she's probably going to get further plagued by the Juggernauts. You know, you need to get her out of there so that she can actually cure herself, so the options were either to A, drive away. The option was to switch to her, which in that case didn't work out because she had chosen to like exit to leave the courtyard. Got him? Okay, let me lure him over here. Oh, there we go. And then option number 3 would have been to investigate the situation personally. I believe I was playing as Kennedy at the time, but the third option would have been just to like see what the situation is with Kennedy. But it's like, the best option was just to run away. And that's what I would have liked to have done. Like, if it were me, if it were completely up to me, I would have ran away. Oh, a lot of these places have materials. We need a lot of materials right now, considering the amount of construction we're doing. Oh my god, my aim is super stinking it up right now. So let's run away. Nope, too many of them. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna run. See, this is what I'm talking about. So, like, oh, is this difficult? Is this hard? I don't think it's hard. Like, you see how clumsy the zombies are? It's not hard to run away from zombies. Like, this is not, like, what's currently occurring, this is not difficult. It's just inconveniencing. Like, you see, like, just a little bit of sprinting allows you to get away from them. I don't even need to completely sprint. I can just, like, see how they fall all over themselves? That's what I mean by, like, it's not hard, it's just inconveniencing, because if I could fight them in melee combat... I think I heard a feral. Was that a feral? No, I think it was just one of them taking a swipe at me. Even stuff like this, like, if you've got zombies chasing after you, like, zombies are dumb. They're gonna come across like this. They're gonna walk over... And that's what I mean by, like, it's not hard. Like, you could just run away. And you see how, oh, see how OP running away is? It's very easy to just run away from zombies. And now we just go back. So I'm not allowed to do stealth kills, because that would be the solution. Basically, what you would do is you just run away, and now you can come back, and you can do things like the slow way. But we're not allowed to do stealth kills. They didn't say, so Jason didn't say that I couldn't use stealth. He just said I couldn't do stealth kills. So that's what we're gonna do. But that's kind of like what I mean by it's inconveniencing, but it's not necessarily difficult. And like one thing I'll say is Catalina did not die because of the challenge. Catalina died just because it was just the wrong choice. Out of all those choices, that was the wrong one. There's another thing we can do. Ah, I thought I could get off him in time.
I may be getting sick.
So, if you got a bunch of zombies coming after you, one of the things you can do is just fast loot and run away. No one said you couldn't do that. Just fast loot and run away. Like, I got the rucksack. Now I can just run them on over here. And what I'll do is I'll run through my ally's base. Just like that. Now we just have to... I have a strong doubt that we're going to have a second, what do you call it? Rucksack of materials in there, but we'll see. I'm gonna go for it anyways. Peek over. Looks good to me. Watchtower level 2. I think our base is maxed out now. So this is what our base looks like at resting level. And by that I mean, this is what it looks like without like construction going on and whatnot. Just kind of the base at a neutral element or a neutral level of sound. That looks pretty good because I believe like the still is actually pretty noisy when you activate it. And I think that that watchtower will give us just enough threat level to stay out of major siege. Oh, he tried to get me. I heard his voice. You have to get squished. See, there's a traffic. I'm pretty sure we're not allowed to drive on the sidewalk like this. There's another traffic law we're breaking. Okay, now we can put all this stuff away. And put this away, and all of this away. Good.
Hey guys, I'm back.
Okay, so now our materials are okay-ish.
Thought we'd be taken care of. Now it's up to us.
Let's go ahead and spend one entire plague sample to completely remove our plague damage there. Oh, we already had a book of computers. Whoops. Oh well. Like 250 influence won't make a difference. It's not a big deal. See, like even look at this. Even with me buying all of that 22 caliber ammo, we're still running out of it just because of the sheer quantity of enemies we will have to shoot at. Some of these weapons are pretty good, though, to be completely honest. Well, now they are. You know what? Let's use the C4 and destroy a plague art. I think that's one thing I want to do. So another question I'm sure people are like, why does it not matter that Catalina died? It would have mattered perhaps earlier. But basically, once you've gotten up to about 8 people, anyone who dies is more of an annoyance than anything, because like, you're not, you know, it's like, we're not in any jeopardy of losing the game. Like, that's...
You know, I'm actually doing all right here.
I'm not going to call it impossible, but I will call it improbable. The probability of us, like, just totally getting wiped out is really, really bad. And so basically, what the death of Catalina means is, well, we don't have... What are with all these barrels here? They're so inconveniencing. So we won't go for this plague art because they're just being jerks right now. Let me go ahead and squish this one. Got him. And all we have to do is just get another person. I mean, it's like, how hard is it to find another survivor with chemistry or a character that has no skill? I have no idea. Like, so far it hasn't been as convenient as I would like it to be. Where are they? Okay, I don't think it's generated them yet. Yep, it still hasn't generated them yet. Okay, here we go. Okay, so they're down here. So basically the question is like, you know, how annoying is it to, let's go and refuel. And the answer is like, it's really not, it's more of like just, you know, when will we get another character that has chemistry? Who knows? Like, that's why we're going to continuously call these guys in. And the other reason why, once again, like, it's like, does it really matter? Not really, because if we think about it from the perspective of, like, what is the probability of us getting wiped out? It's just super bad. Like, the probability of actually losing the game is so bad because if I just needed more bodies, I could just quickly start recruiting more people from these enclaves. And it's like, it's only 150 influence to call in another group of people. And that's why the most it can do is like temporarily suspend my ability to use a pharmacology. And you know, maybe we'll wind up with a character whose stats aren't as good. But I mean, we've got like 3 people, 3 or 4, half of our community have bad stats, so it's like, even though I'm really picky about normal stats, it's not that big of a deal. That's just me being like OCD about like, I prefer to avoid bad stats than to have good stats. That's just me being OCD. But I'll be completely honest, you can use plenty of characters. You can just use them with bad stats. It's not too big a deal. Okay, you got craftsmanship, bartending, medicine. Wow, you guys stink too. Let's go ahead and fast search and get here. Maybe we'll get something to sell. No, I don't think, I just think there's nothing else here. Oh, never mind, I lied. Here we go. Okay. Oh, cases of chemicals, we can sell those. As soon as they're done... Wait, is that a zombie? Or is that a survivor? Okay, that's a survivor. Oh, here's one right in front of me.
No reason to keep searching
here. Oh! Okay, we could sell the note, we could sell the chemicals, and we can sell those.
What's
pretty
going
good.
on, hun?
What do you say to a bit of bartering?
All right.
Craft beer.
So nice.
Who says you need to be in Squellones in order to get craft beer? We definitely want ammo. Food? I don't think we don't need
so
food.
Nice to see you.
Got anything useful you're looking to
Fuel?
unload?
All right. Hello there.
Later.
I'm not gonna buy the fuel. Right now I want to save my influence. Alright, let's head back to base.
There's a buttload of zombies heading our way, but we're ready for them.
Why so many sieges? I feel like did they change the rules for sieges? Usually you're clear of sieges for like a good hour. Like, that's, unless I'm going crazy, that just feels a little odd. I don't remember sieges popping up this frequently. They may have changed it without me looking. So I guess what we'll do is we'll just defend the base, and that'll be the end of the episode. Okay, let's go back inside.
I know this looks bad, but we have to fight him off.
Okay, so this should be a normal siege, so I don't think we have to worry about anything. In fact, I don't even think I need to fight anything.
You think you could kill a friend who's hurt? Me? I'm not sure.
I said, pick it up, Dodo. He did it twice in a row. Oh, he picked it up too, okay. That's fine.
Get home if you can. The base is neck deep in dead guys.
This away, put that away.
Put every one of these fuckers back in the ground.
Can't really keep an eye
Yeah,
on all
only
this
60
stuff.
seconds, so it's a normal size. What's this? Valor. Some kind of plaque. Oh, with like an old-fashioned... That's probably a historic...
We scare 'em off?
That's probably a historic firefighting artifact from like the colonial times, because I believe this town has like a history. I think that's one of its themes.
Crack those undead heads.
Every day is a code red day. Fire danger extreme. Code red. Oh, interesting. Hold on to your butts. Only smoking designated. Oh yes, a cigarette smoking thing. Oh my god. Just one zombie. I'll shoot him. There we go.
This is why we focus on protecting ourselves, so we can survive shit like this.
Oh, sounds like we got a Juggernaut. Another one wandering in. Let me go get a bigger gun. Oh, that's a pretty big gun. This is a better gun to use because we got more ammo for it. Put it in burst, probably. Where is the Juggernaut at? Ah, it's a full-size sword. Actually, no, it's not. I think it's just a... So you see how smart the AI is? It's like, oh, let's go outside and fight the Juggernaut. Brilliant plan. Huh. Thank you, ally. Did something useful. Ah, no, there's the second one in the background. You see that right over there in the distance? That's the second. Well, I can't. This doesn't have a scope, actually. So as long as we fight the Juggernaut inside the courtyard, it's not a big deal. But when your allies decide to go outside the courtyard, not a good idea.
I appreciate the help.
Ah, yes. Go outside. Very smart. A big brain, I guess.
Infestations there are around here. We gotta do something soon.
Yeah. There's no time to finish them off. Gosh.
Always glad to see you.
What weapon are you shooting? Oh, you've got the grease gun. So that gun seems to be really tearing them up.
It won't work.
Another one gone so soon. Damn.
Okay, I think we finally have some peace and quiet. So we'll go ahead and probably go to the very top of the watchtower. I always like ending the episode, ending the week on the watchtower. So we did what we could. Like, we didn't have any boom boxes, so I couldn't do the whole thing with the infestations. We just didn't have any boom boxes to begin with, and we didn't loot any boom boxes either. If I looted a boom box, I would have done it. We got as many traits as we could. Just an issue of like 5 is just an arbitrary. And, you know, I'm not saying it was bad. It's like 5 is just obviously an arbitrary number. You know, I don't think anyone stopped to think, do we even have 5? So I don't think that's a big deal either. It's like, so we did as many as we could. We got our cowboy outfits on. I said yeehaw most of the time. What else did I have to do? I didn't do any stealth kills. And if I hit a melee attack, it was just a complete accident. And the one time I did do a melee execution, it's because I hit the Y button to close the door, but now they turn Y into the execution button as well. So, and then, you know, like, we drove on the wrong side of the road, so I think that we succeeded in the challenges. Like, obviously, obviously we never planned on, where's Catalina? Up. She's in the background now, probably because she's unimportant. But obviously that wasn't planned for, but it's like, you know, like some people say, oh, is Fox making an excuse? Like, I bet it's a really major blow to the community. Like, let's be honest here. Like can you look at Lance directly in the eye and say that the death of Catalina is really gonna make a difference? I mean, we could just keep summoning more people. Eventually, they will give me another chemist, and that's a luxury thing too. Like, I don't absolutely need a chemist. It's just that we can't make these right here. We need knowledge of pharmacology, and that's just to set up a whole bonus thing. Like, we can play the game without it. It's not necessary. So the worst it could do is like make Fox upset or something. But it's like I'm past it. Like, I've been. After probably the second character died way back in the day when Nightmare Zone came out, I haven't really cared. It's like, oh well. Yeah, if some people are going to get mad, like, oh my god, like, you think you're the best at the game, even though I never claimed to be, whatever. So, that's going to be that, though. In fact, in some ways good. You can see that bad things can happen in the game, but you can also see that I don't think, not even think, like I say, I don't think it's very improbable that a sufficient number of bad things occur within a playthrough to actually jeopardize the playthrough. I don't think that is probable. Like, I just don't think that's going to happen, because we'll just replace people as they die. Like, I don't have another... is there a character that I would really be upset about if they died? If Kasumi died, I'd be pretty inconvenienced, because then we'd have a problem over here. We'd have a problem with this. We would have a food issue. Because you can see right here, even with this bee, this is like, what is this? This is the level 2 farm. With the level 2 farm, we're not even at our full potential. We're only losing half of a food per day. So if Kasumi died, that would inconvenience me. If Lindsay died, if Kennedy died, that would annoy me. I would be upset if Kennedy died. Not because we couldn't get another mechanic, but she's our best character. If she died, that would annoy me. If Lance died, whatever. We just found another community that has medicine. So if he died, who cares? If Jalen died, who cares? We got a mechanic already. If Jebediah dies, who cares? We can live without that. If Bob dies, who cares? We don't need music. So, like, it doesn't matter. It's all good. Anyways, this is the voting episode, so now is your chance to vote. Remember, do not edit your comments, otherwise they are disqualified, because I can't tell if you it doesn't tell you when they were changed, and I can't tell if people are editing them after they get a ton of votes and just turning them into whatever they want after, like, securing a winning vote. Like, I don't know if that's what people are doing. So please do not edit your submissions, and don't worry about what you submit whatever you guys want. I'm always allowed to veto one of the ideas that I don't want to do, but don't worry about what Fox wants. You continue to submit what you want. It's my job as a content creator to try and do my best, but don't think anyone's going to deny me the ability to complain. Like, if you guys submit things that are legitimately not fun to play, I am not going to pretend that I'm having fun. Now, I'm not saying that I hated this week, but it was an annoying week. I would say without a doubt, out of all 7 weeks, this was Jason Mraz. So we'll all congratulate Jason Mraz for having the first submission that I will definitely say was very unenjoyable. Like, it was very unpleasant. I wouldn't consider it difficult, but it was, like, definitely removing a great deal of enjoyment from playing the game under those conditions. And I don't even think it got Jason Mraz what he was hoping for, which was, like, some insanely crazy shootout. And it's just because a lot of ideas do not work out the way you think they're going to work out in the Nightmare Zone. And also because the best solution to things is to run away. But that's a good thing to learn. If you're watching this in order to learn, run away. Running away is, like, really, really OP in State of Decay. Like, if there's one takeaway you can learn, run away. Like, even ferals, like, just hop over fences repeatedly. Like, ferals are faster for sure, but once you just go to Standard Zone if ferals bother you, and get one by himself, and just spend, like, several minutes just dodging them. Oh, don't even fight back. Just dodge them. And dodge them and dodge them. Bring a bunch of med kits and healing items, whatever you need. Just spend some time dodging when you'll find that even a feral isn't a big deal as long as you have some stamina. And you should always have some stamina items with you. And once you get a bit more sensitive to how far you can run to avoid an attack and then stop running to begin regaining your stamina, or take Marathon. Take Marathon and then stay in a light carry. You can run all you want in that case. It's not even a big deal at that point. But yes, running away is extremely good in State of Decay because you can outrun every enemy in the game except the feral. And even the feral can be outran if you can parkour around them. But all the other enemies, you can outrun them very easily. It's not a big deal. It's definitely one of the really OP things of the game, especially because the game will not simulate combat once you get far enough away. And it's not that far away. I would say maybe from here, from our base to about right here. Once you get about right here, combat at the base would stop simulation. Oh, we never got to see that rare trader, did we? But hey, that's the end of this episode. Hope you enjoyed week 4. Or not week 4, week 7, and I'll see you in week 8. At any rate, that's the end of this episode. Like this video if it's entertaining, subscribe for future State of Decay 2 content. Of course, remember that you don't have to be good to get good.